Yeah, what's good, everybody? Sheffield United versus Arsenal FA Cup quarterfinals. And this is a very tight game because it's with a team who's struggling to find form in Arsenal and had a great away result against Southampton with two goals out of nothing, really. And against the team in Sheffield Wednesday who have failed to score a goal since they've come back. Now, it's had a variety of injuries. I know Henderson might be coming back, the goalkeeper, and they probably have another defender coming back as well. Now, the team have been over excelling this season. There's no doubt about it. They've been punching above their weight, and that's the reason why they're in the top half of the table, and give them credit for that. But I think at some point, everyone has been waiting them to plateau. Everyone has been waiting them to hit that rock and then fall because it's simply difficult to get promotion from the championship and to come up into the premiership and have that level of stability and success and solid results. Yeah, that's a very difficult thing to do, especially in this climate. And the fact that they were able to hold their own for so long, everybody, like myself personally, has been waiting for the bubble to burst. And I think we are seeing that now. And I think it's going to be very difficult for them to recover that kind of temperament and the form that they had before the lockdown. So I really can't see them getting too many goals in this game. I really don't. I mean, when I saw them the other day when they lost 3-0, I just thought, what on earth is going on here? There's just, it was lethargical, no press into the ball. The shape looked terrible. They were open, they were wide open. Whereas Arsenal are kind of on the bounce. It was a very good performance against Southampton. But there's one key figure that I'm going to name in this matchup right now. Now, while there's a lot of players who are out injured, we know that Martinez is going to start. David Luiz has finished serving a two-match ban, so there might be space for him. Personally, I don't think you change anything that's broken, but if I had to choose between Mustafi and David Luiz, I'd choose David Luiz all day long because at some point I just know Mustafi's not been as consistent as David Luiz. David Luiz wasn't fit. He wasn't fit before a week ago when he came in, and it would be interesting to find out how fit he is right now. If he's at the level where he is fit and he can play, then I would just play him. If he isn't, then Mustafi starts with Holding. So really that comes from the fact that Luiz has been short for a while. So I'd probably think that you go with Holding. I would go with Niles at right back. I definitely would. Bellerin has not shown anything, and he's been suffocating Pepe on that right-hand side. And honestly, I feel sorry for Pepe. Pepe must be probably the most frustrated player in that team because he just isn't getting any help, any service from Bellerin whatsoever. So I think you go with Niles, who, remember, I keep saying, guys, Niles is second on the team in dribbles. And if he's a player who can go past players and help Pepe, then you play him. It's as simple as that. I'm not sure about what's going on with Kieran Tierney because he had a knock, so I'd go with Klasnach at left back. In the holding midfield positions, Xhaka, I would have to play him. I'd have to go with a strong side. I'd have to go with Xhaka, and I'd go with Saka as well. I'm not sure. Maybe he might get rested for this game, but again, it's who comes in. If Guendouzi plays, then Guendouzi plays. If there's no, if this so-called bust-up between the player and the manager has no effect on positioning, then I would start Xhaka and Guendouzi in the midfield, and I would probably give Saka a rest. I think we need Saka in the league, and I think he's played every single game since we've been back now, and I think at some point you've got to put the brakes on it. He's 18 years old. Before the lockdown, we burned him out. He was completely burned out because of all the injuries to Klasnach and Tierney, and we're doing the same thing again. And guys, I think at the top, I wouldn't go for Ceballos. I think I would definitely go for Joe Willock. I'd give him a chance to do what I think everybody knows he can do, but he just hasn't really been able to put together yet. Stop bringing him off the bench. Give him a game where he can start, where he can feel the rhythm of the game come to him, and then where he can have a major impact on the result of the game. I think stop making him a bit part player and just do what you have to in order to get him to rise above that bump and the poor performances that he's put in of late. Because when you come off a game like you did against Southampton, you need to start to use that to build confidence, and that's something we haven't been really doing with him as a player. So in that way, guys, I think that you start Joe Willock. And then on the flanks, I would go with Reece Nelson on the right. I think that you probably need to start him. He hasn't started a game yet, and I think that you need to go with giving him some time. You can't go 4 games in without giving Reece Nelson a shout. So I would put Reece Nelson in on the right, and on the left, well, you have to go with Aubameyang. Um, Funny, normally we've been putting him in the middle, but it's just not going to happen. And I would then start Nketiah. I'm sorry, I'd start him. Nketiah has 4 goals in 4 domestic cup games this season. Nketiah is averaging a goal every 83 minutes in the cup this season, which has obviously won a game. So if you have somebody on that kind of form in domestic cups, you play him. And the Sheffield defenders, they're not the quickest or the most mobile. And I think that you just set him off and let him build more confidence. And look, if he's slightly tired because of the amount of, he hasn't started every game, obviously Lacazette has started a game as well in the first 3 matches. But then, so Eddie's not really burnt out. He's not really that tired. So I think that if he starts to fatigue in the second half, then you can bring in Lacazette. And then hopefully Lacazette can do something off the bench. I like him there. I don't like him starting because he doesn't give you the intensity and the defensive commitment that Nketiah does. So if you bring on Lacazette with 20 minutes to go, I can deal with that. And I think that, guys, I think we win this one 2-1. I think that we do have some goals in us. I mean, goal rush for Arsenal has been lacking since we've come back. Yes, we got 2 goals against Southampton, but Aubameyang still hasn't hit the net in 4 games, which is his longest since 2014. And I think Arsenal put in a solid performance away from home. There's no need to worry about home field advantage right now. Considering Arsenal have come off an away victory, I think that they're showing more form than Sheffield United right now. But that's not discounting Sheffield United, guys. Seriously, they've had a bad start. They could pull a game together at home, but I just think that Arsenal needs this so badly. And so I'm going 2-1 Arsenal. I'll speak to you guys later, man. Peace out. And I'll speak to you tomorrow after the game. 8 o'clock podcast. See you then.